Okay, welcome everyone. It's Saturday morning, October 4th. Time for our regular look at the glorious mess that was the Icelandic News Week.
Where we basically confirm, yet again, that common sense took a vacation and never came back.
Exactly. This is Bad Things Well Said Icelandic Newsroom. Strap in.
Because honestly, the stories this week, it's like a masterclass in how not to run things.
You're not wrong. Where do we even start? Oh, I know. How about Reykjavík's spectacular failure on the preschool front?
Yes, the city that can slap a parking ticket on your windshield with, like, supernatural speed.
Instantly.
But takes a solid week to tell parents there might be a predator in the kindergarten. Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's unbelievable. And then there's the presidential jet setting versus, well, the miracle cure for state spending.
You mean electronic signatures. Genuinely groundbreaking stuff for the 21st century. Millions saved, apparently.
Yeah.
Eventually.
We'll see about that. Also on the docket, the chance to own a piece of aviation history specifically, failure for just one krona.
The play Airlines Sofa. Iconic. A monument to, well, to itself, really.
And we'll touch on how international drone chaos somehow managed to bench an Icelandic basketball team.
Because global instability is now officially interfering with our local sports schedules. Of course it is.
And the weather. Can't forget the weather. It's literally split the island. Apocalypse in the east.
And a nice, calm, chilly day here in the west. Perfect metaphor, really.
Okay, look, if you appreciate hearing this stuff called out for what it is, you know, the sharp truth without the sugarcoating.
Please do us a favor, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, tell your friends who are equally bewildered by it all.
All right, let's dive into this beautiful mess. Where should we begin? The weather seems appropriate.
Definitely. Let's set the scene. Today, October 4th, the atmosphere itself is reflecting the national mood. Divided. It's like a tale of two Icelands out there.
Totally. So here in Reykjavík in the west, it's okay. Relatively calm. Anyway, we're the lucky ones, the meteorological control group.
But head east to the Ostfjord and Suðausturland. It's a completely different story. A proper weather tantrum.
Yeah, there's a big low pressure system just dumping energy over there. Yellow weather warning is up.
And we're not talking a little breeze. Sustained northwesterly gales, 15 to 25 meters per second. That's what, up to 90 kilometers an hour?
And near the glaciers, the gusts are hitting like potentially 35 to 45 meters per second. That's serious wind.
Absolutely. Forget driving if you've got a camper van or anything tall. It's dangerous out there.
The weird thing is, despite the wind trying to tear the place apart, there's not actually much rain. It's just angry air.
A dry rage. And thankfully, it's supposed to blow itself out by this evening. Short and violently sweet.
Meanwhile, back here in the capital, mostly clear skies, a gentle northwesterly breeze, maybe 5 to 13 meters. You could almost have a picnic if it wasn't freezing.
Ah, yes, the great unifier. The cold. Highs struggling to get past 10 degrees Celsius anywhere. So, different winds, same shivers.
But don't get too comfortable in the west. This calm isn't going to last. The Atlantic always gets its way.
Always. By Sunday and into next week, the wind flips south-southwest. And that means
rain. Lots of it. For everyone. The meteorological balance must be restored, you know.
And winter's definitely knocking. Temperatures are dropping, and by Monday, Tuesday, that rain starts turning into slidool.
Ugh, that delightful rain-snow mix. Gray, wet, miserable. So yeah, enjoy the brief respite today, Reykjavik. Tomorrow, the gloom arrives.
Speaking of gloom, let's talk institutional breakdown. The Reykjavík Preschool Paradox, honestly, it's a masterpiece of bureaucratic disregard.
It really is. The city administration managed to demonstrate priorities so warped, it's almost impressive.
So we had these awful situations unfolding. Allegations of sexual abuse at two preschools, Muleborg and Brockaborg.
The Muleborg case is grim enough. A male employee suspected of abusing over 10 kids since August. He's in custody.
But the Brockaborg situation, that's where the city's response, or lack thereof, really shines a light on the dysfunction.
Okay, so get this. A staff member there was arrested way back on September 26th. The city knew about it pretty much straight away, end of September.
But did they tell the parents? No. They sat on it for a week. Until when? Until 12:05 p.m. yesterday. And only because RÚV, the national broadcaster, had already broken the story.
The timing is just damning. As one mother, Sigrun Torfadóttir, put it, a damning indictment.
It tells you everything, doesn't it? Park your car wrong. Boom, instant notification, fine incoming. Potential danger to your child at preschool. Let's wait. Let's manage the PR first.
Public safety seems like a distant second priority to avoiding bad press. It's infuriating.
And while parents are dealing with the shock, the fear, the betrayal, What's the city council focused on?
Rolling out consultations for the new Reykjavík model for preschool fees. Perfect timing.
Ah, yes, the model with incentives. Code for penalties to push parents into using less daycare, to cut hours down to 38 per week or fewer.
The unions, AC and BSRB, are rightly calling it a blow to families and equality. They gave an example. A single parent earning around 542,000 ISK a month. Their fees could shoot up by 65%. 65.
It's madness. They're trying to fix staff shortages caused by chronic underfunding, let's be clear, by making the service less accessible and more expensive, especially for those who can least afford it.
And the cherry on top. The chairman of the Preschool Teachers Association, Hurlder Freyr Gislason, kind of supports it because it might help working conditions.
So when asked about the impact on families, he basically said, and I quote, "Those are societal problems. That is not something we are thinking much about."
Wow. Just wow. That quote deserves to be framed. The sheer tunnel vision, not our problem.
We'll fix our issue by creating a bigger one for you. Textbook bureaucracy.
Now let's pivot from how the city pinches pennies from parents to how the state spends millions on, well, symbolism.
Oh, you mean the cost of keeping the presidential seat warm?
Precisely. President Halla Tómasdóttir's first year of travel cost over 20 million ISK. Okay, maybe that's standard. But then there's the Handafar for Sedavald's.
The deputies who hold presidential power when she's away. Almost 11 million ISK in total.
For what, exactly? To be on standby? It's bizarre. And the prime example, her 9-day private holiday in the U.S. back in January.
Right. That little trip triggered a 1.7 million ISK payout to the 3 deputies just for being available while she was on vacation.
It was like paying someone just to exist in an office. Meanwhile, parents might see daycare fees jump 65%. The contrast is stark.
But wait, there's a solution. The Prime Minister has a revolutionary idea to cut these deputy costs.
Let me guess. Carrier pigeons. Smoke signals.
Even better, electronic signatures.
Briley. The future is now. It only took us until, 2024, 2025 almost, to figure out that we can use PDFs instead of paying people millions.
Think of the savings over the last 2 decades. We could have probably funded, several preschools. Properly.
Right. Okay, speaking of money vanishing into thin air, let's talk Play Airlines, the ghost of aviation past.
Or rather, the sequel nobody asked for following the W.O.B. air drama. That's like our national hobby, launching airlines and watching them crash.
And who pays the price? Well, us, through our pensions, naturally.
Yep. Reports yesterday confirmed 2 pension funds. Leifrisjóðswerk and Leifrisjóðsverksmiðja managed to lose, collectively, 900 million ISK on their Play investment.
900 million. Just poof, gone. Makes you feel real secure about retirement planning, doesn't it?
It really does. And the government's response to the collapse, swift, decisive, and completely pointless.
You mean the new regulation from the infrastructure minister, Eyjólfur Ármannsson, signed yesterday?
That's the one. Making it harder to deregister planes if you owe money to airports. A great idea. Except most of Play's planes had already been flown out of the country by then to avoid being seized.
So it's like installing a fancy new lock on the stable door after the horses bolted, run a marathon, and emigrated. Utterly symbolic.
But hey, you can own a piece of the wreckage. The corporate fire sale is on. Efnisveiten.as. Total stuff worth maybe 14 million.
And the star item, the must-have memento of this whole fiasco.
A large, bright red corner sofa. Asking price, 1 krona.
1. Single. Króna. That sofa has seen things. It has absorbed the hopes, dreams, and eventual despair of an entire airline. It should be in a museum.
Or maybe just in your living room. A constant reminder of Iceland's love affair with financial cliff edges. Buy it, sit on it, contemplate the void.
While you're contemplating, maybe ponder this. Who's actually good with money and risk in this country? Apparently our teenagers.
Oh, the ESPAD gambling study? Yeah, that was something. 41% of 15-year-olds in Iceland are gambling.
41%? That's one of the highest rates in Europe. We're raising a generation of, gamblers.
And here's the twist. Icelandic teenage girls are gambling way more than their European counterparts. Significantly more.
Forget smashing glass ceilings. They're smashing the online poker tables, apparently.
What's driving it? Well, an explosion in online gambling, obviously, and absolutely zero effective regulation on advertising aimed at kids. It's the Wild West out there.
Maybe we should put the 15-year-olds in charge of the pension funds. I mean, could they really do much worse than losing 900 million on an airline?
Honestly, probably not. At least they might understand odds better.
Okay, from the Wild West of finance to actual international incidents impacting little old Iceland.
Drones. Who knew drones in Germany could mess up Icelandic basketball?
Right. So Munich airport shut down for 7 hours Thursday night into yesterday because of unauthorized drones flying around. Chaos.
And caught right in the middle. The poor guys from Tindastal basketball team. Stranded. Couldn't get home.
Result, their big game against Valur scheduled for today, Saturday, postponed. Thanks, anonymous German drone pilot.
Suddenly, drones are a top priority for the National Security Council. The Scheuder-Regisra. They met yesterday to discuss, quote, multifaceted threats.
And the foreign minister, Horgerer Katrín Gunnarsdóttir, reassured everyone that Iceland can respond at Keflavik Airport.
Respond how? With bigger nets. A strongly worded diplomatic note. It all sounds like justification for more spending, doesn't it?
It usually does. Meanwhile, on a completely different track of Iceland engaging with the world, we have Magastina.
Margret Kristin Blundell, musician, activist, now sailor on the Freedom Flotilla ship Conscience, trying to reach Gaza.
Yeah, the foreign ministry confirmed yesterday they're talking directly to Israeli authorities about her safety, especially since the main flotilla got intercepted. It's delicate.
It really is.
Yeah.
You've got this backdrop of President Trump issuing ultimatums about Gaza peace plans and unleashing hell.
You know, diplomats are making polite phone calls saying, excuse me, about our musician on that boat, could you possibly not shoot at her? Thanks.
It perfectly captures Iceland's unique position in global affairs. Well-intentioned, perhaps slightly out of its depth.
Okay. Enough gloom, enough absurdity. Let's find something genuinely positive. We need it. Did sports give us anything yesterday?
Yes. Thankfully, yes. First up, Breiðablik women. They finally did it. Clinched their 20th Icelandic football championship.
20th. That's amazing. A hard-fought 3-2 win over Víkingur R. Well-deserved. Finally sealed.
But the big one, the really emotional one, was Grindavik, men's basketball.
Oh, yeah. What happened there?
They played their first proper home game in Grindavik, in the HS Orko Holland, for the first time in 694 days.
Wow. 694 days after everything that town has been through with the eruptions.
Exactly. The place was packed. The atmosphere must have been incredible. And they won. Beat their rivals, Jarvik, 109-96.
That's more than just a game, isn't it? That's resilience, community, a huge moment for them.
Absolutely powerful. A real symbol of the town's spirit. You can't help but feel good about that.
Definitely not. Okay, shifting gears slightly, what about the weekend soundtrack? Any new Icelandic releases?
There's the new album from Gugusar called Quack.
Quack. Interesting title.
And apparently, the critic, Arnar Eggert Thoroddsen, pointed out the irony. The album covers like this cozy knitted duck, very homespun.
Okay.
But the music, cold and chromed, pumpin' techno pop.
Ah, that's brilliant. Knitted duck on the outside, cold techno heart on the inside. Is that Iceland in a nutshell?
Might just be. We also had Taylor Swift dropping her 12th album, Life of a Showgirl. Mixed reviews on that one, apparently. 5 stars from Rolling Stone, 2 from The Guardian. So, pick your pick.
And finally, the story that wins the Living the Dream Award for the week.
Oh, you mean Egil Oscar Gislason? The stuntman?
That's the one. He's touring the world with metal legends Pantera and Eamon Amarth.
Doing what?
Dressing up as a Viking for staged sword fights on stage, which is already pretty cool.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
But then, guitar hero Zakk Wylde invited him on stage with Pantera to sing the chorus of Walk.
No way. You got to sing Walk with Pantera.
Yes. That's not just cool, that's peak metal fantasy achieved. Forget the one Króna Sofa, that is the ultimate prize. He's won life.
Absolutely, he peaked. It's all downhill from there, but what a peak.
So let's recap the week's wisdom. We can lose $900 million in pensions, spend $11 million on ceremonial stand-ins.
But the best investments might have been a one Króna Sofa as an ironic art piece, or maybe just a basketball ticket in Grindavik.
It makes perfect sense in its own uniquely Icelandic, absurd way.
And that, I think, wraps up this edition of Bad Things, Well Said, Icelandic Newsroom.
It does indeed. We'll be back to make sense of the senseless next week. If you enjoyed this, or at least found it cathartic,
please hit subscribe, give us that thumbs up, share it with someone who needs a laugh or a dose of reality. It helps us keep doing this.
Thanks for tuning in.
Disclaimer. The voices in this podcast were generated by AI. However, all information, facts, claims, concepts, and the script itself were prepared, editorially reviewed, and are the original work of a human author.